I'm waiting for Freddie.
Oh, it's me? Oh, we're waiting on me? Okay. Now on the tee from the United States of America, it's Big Boy Golf.
Okay.
Excellent job. Excellent.
I'll
right.
tell you what, I got really excited when you started saying now on the tee from the United States of America, and then I really kind of wanted you to get after it a little bit with the Big Boy Golf.
Yeah,
you just
me
kinda,
too.
like, casually said
Yeah,
it.
I wanted it to be like Bruce Buffer in the UFC. Like I wanted, and now, I wanted some more energy. It was a little melancholy.
I didn't want to go too big because I didn't want to overpower the whole thing. Nobody says that on the tee box.
I know.
Kids. It sounded like you're really relaxed.
Yeah, you sound sleepy.
You're like, now I'm
not sleepy.
Big boys golf.
All right, boys. What a week last week. I mean, let's be honest. That was one of the best weeks we've ever had. We expect that. They come along, and you just want to be a part of it when it hits. It was awesome. We won a little over 127 units on the week. Going through at the Amex, some of the awesome stats were on the weekend, our matchup picks were 10-1 on Saturday and Sunday. Absolutely crushed it. We went with the trifecta with Siwoo, who Rocky said we're going to call him Seattle Slew Kim from now on because we've rode the shit out of him. We had him first round leader. We had him first round leader 33-1.
First, right? You just say Seattle Slew, right?
Well, or Seattle Slew Woo. Seattle Slew Woo. We're workshopping it, but either way, we rode that mofo like Seattle Slew with the trifecta.
3 different ways. So we had him first round leader at 33-1 because DraftKings separates the stadium course from the what's the other course that they played?
Nicholas course.
Nicholas. So he was on the stadium course, had the low round 33-1. Then we hit him again as the third round leader. That got chopped a little bit because there was a few tied, so we hit that again there. And then we had him outright at 70-1. Absolutely crushed. 3 of our 4 first round flyer picks shot at 68 on day 1. 3 out of the 4, which we were all in the hunt there. Just a few other picks that we had that were towards the top, even if Siwoo didn't fucking win the Seattle Sloozy. We had Answer T5. We had Davis in third. We were all over the board. Absolutely all over the board. Be a part of it, man. Like, get on it, follow the picks because we're crushing. Since 2019, we're up 285 units. So if you're a bitch boy like me who does $1 a unit, you'd be up $285. If you want to get aggressive, you'd be up a fucking lot more. So, but as a reminder to everybody, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at BBG Picks.
And Facebook.
Big Boy Golf. Yeah, thank you. Let me fucking finish her.
Sorry, I got excited.
Yeah.
Carry on.
And we'll talk.
As you were.
Well, Freddie will talk a little bit more about getting on there and taking advantage of some of our giveaways that we have. But moving forward, we are at La Jolla, Torrey Pines. We love Torrey. Who doesn't love Torrey? For the Farmers Insurance. God, what course history here. We got some big boys playing this week. We have the longest, Rock, if I'm not mistaken, the longest course on tour.
Yeah, the South Course.
7,700
yards.
It's a bomber's delight. So let's get right into some stats, our model, what we like this week, Rock. Let's get into it.
Well, I just want to say I'm pumped because this feels like the start of the golf year for me. Because after here we go to Phoenix, which we've hit the last few years with Ricky. We hit it with Woodland. We were all together in Atlantic City partying, and we hit Gary Woodland, and then we hit Ricky, and we hit Webby last year. So that's a fun tournament that's coming up next week. Then from there we go to, I believe it's Pebble after that. And then we go to Genesis for the Riviera. There's a WGC. We go to Bay Hill for Arnold Palmer. We have the Players after that. Then we have Honda, which we've absolutely, utterly crushed over the last 3 years. I think I'm up like the most I've been up in any tournament in the last 3 years at the Honda.
Say it.
It's like 30 grand or something, Polly.
Oh my God.
And then
That's a nice Honda Accord right there.
We have another WCC after that. We got the Valero, and then the Masters. So it's like a crazy run of golf coming, starting this week. It's a little disappointing. We got no Tiger. We can talk about that. That kind of bums me out because he loves this place, but I think he'll be back. It's a minor procedure, I think. I hope. Jesus. We got two courses. We have the North course, which is by far the easier course. It's much shorter. And then we have the South course. The North course, they'll play one day of the first 2 days, and then they play the South course the other 3 days. Because of the length of the South course, I always look at the Bombers here. It's a bomber course. I love it. I love watching it. Rahm got I believe it was his first win. He was here. Big win. Leishman won last year. The Aussies tend to do really well. Days won it a couple of times. Rose won it, I believe. Like I said, Leishman won it last year. Scott played well a couple of years ago. Finau does really well here. He's a big time.
Did somebody say Tony Finau?
Oh boy,
okay,
we're gonna have to get in. We got to get into Tony Finau because that was another performance where he totally fell apart. I can't take it anymore. But we'll get into the golfers in a few minutes. Continue your breakdown. But yeah,
please.
I'm looking at ball striking as always, driving distance, strokes gained off the tee. I saw an interview today with Leishman where he said one of the keys here is putting it in the right spots on the fairway. The rough's not necessarily penal, but there are trouble spots, kind of like last week. Little tee to green. I am mixing in around the green. The approaches are going to be far. It's 175 to 200 or 200 plus on the approaches. So if guys are going to miss greens, you got to be able to get up and down from off the green. And then the weather is a big factor. Georgie's going to have to speak on it a little bit, but it can get windy and scary on the coast there. So that will play a factor for me.
Why don't we just jump right in there? I think it's a perfect time to do that. The weather is going to play a factor this week. Now, I know all of you people listening to me who lives in California, when we hear say it's going to be cold and you guys are like, it's 20 degrees here and like ice is falling from the sky, you call us pansies. It's actually going to be cold this tournament. The guys that are teeing off in the morning are going to be teeing off in the 40s.
Wow.
Thursday morning, we are looking at better conditions than Friday morning because of rain. So it's going to be cold both days, but Thursday morning there's going to be way less wind. The wind's only like 5 miles per hour until early afternoon when it jumps up to around 10 to 15. On Friday, it is going to be rainy most likely. I mean, it's like 70, 80% chance of rain. The winds are 10 to 20 miles per hour, picking up again as the day goes on, but starting at 10 right in the morning. And I mean, it's going to be like 50 degrees and drizzly or rainy with wind. It's going to be miserable. If it actually is raining, that's cold. So, might be smart to take the North Course guys that are teeing off earlier on Thursday, although for me, I'd rather be teeing off around like 9 a.m. on Thursday than 7 because I'd rather be 54 degrees than 46. That is icy. Saturday and Sunday are about the same days, nice days, low 60s. Again, tee off is going to be in the 40s. So those early guys, it's going to be cold, but they're also going to have calmer conditions. So Tiger, if he was playing, I would have faded him if he was playing early in the morning because he hates the cold with that back. But maybe he won't now. He might have like a cyborg in his back next time he comes out here. I'm hoping he's got some sort of like robotic situation because we know we all root for him. We want him to be out there all the time. He is the needle when it comes to golf, and we miss you, Tiger. Come on back. That's weather for you, folks. Back to you, Chuck.
The first thing I
Chuck
think
Charles.
nice.
I like that.
The first thing I think about when I think all that rain, especially on Friday, bombers that carry the ball. So, I mean, if the South Course is playing 7,700 yards, I mean, it's going to be playing even further than that if it's damp without any run out. So, I mean, I like Rory or somebody like that that's absolutely going to carry the ball 310, 320, even Rahm maybe. So just something to think about because that course is going to absolutely bury people that can't go long off the tee on Friday.
Yeah, and guys like Rory grew up playing in weather like this. Like this is like pure Irish weather, that like chilly, rainy, gross sort of stuff. One thing I will say about POA grass, it is a weed, as most grass is. And the reason why POA grass is tricky, and another reason to take the guys that are playing earlier in the day, is POA grass literally grows throughout the day and it buds these little flowers, and that's why you get these bouncy putts. So just another reason you get calmer winds and the best weather Thursday morning, mid-morning.
Yeah, I don't normally weigh putting all that much because it's so volatile, and yes, one day somebody can putt great and the other day they putt horrible. But I do look at, especially when we're on POA, because of that very reason. Some guys just can't handle that bumpy POA greens, and it really wreaks havoc late on a Sunday when if the weather warms up and that grass is really growing, like George said. It gets gnarly, and some guys just can't handle it. There are guys that won't even play tournaments if it's on POA greens. Guys like Brandt Snedeker, they love it. Tiger always loved POA. He grew up on playing POA, so it is something to definitely eyeball for sure.
Freddie, what's going on in the Twitter world? I know we have some giveaways going on. What kind of traction we seeing with that? Is it? Give us an update.
Sure. So the People's Pick has been okay, but so we're doing $10 to the People's Pick. We pick a winner to win outright, and then we pay out to anybody who retweets. So I would hop on that, go over to Twitter at BBG Picks, and throw on a retweet every week. We'll be doing it $10 that we do, and then we do a $5 to a foundation. And George is also doing it on Instagram. So there's usually two winners we pick. So you get two opportunities to win. So it's pretty much a free bet for the people. So it'd be smart of you to go over and hit both if you're smart. The Twitter world and social media was all about, I'm sorry, Ron, Tony Finau. They were all over him on I'm sorry. They were all over him on Friday, Saturday. Everybody was freaking out when he was making his run, saying, oh my God, here comes Tony. Everybody who faded him. And then he did the Tony thing on Sunday where he slowly just disappeared into the water.
Which we called, by the way. We called that. We tweeted that. Like, you got to fade Tony on Sundays. My God.
If our editing game was strong, we would have a little blurb right now cut out from the last pod where I said, why am I not seeing Tony on the model? Why is he not showing up here? Why are we not picking him? And you said because he doesn't stick fairways the way these other guys do. He's going to find himself in some trouble. And I said, that's enough. That's all you got to say. And what does he do? When he's sticking his fairways, he was going low. How many times did he hit in the water on Saturday and Sunday?
Can I give you a stat? And I have a feeling Stormy Georgie was timestamping that because he's going to put up a little graphic in the video. But can I just give you guys a stat? I don't know if you can see it on my phone if you're watching the video, but for you audio listeners, most top 10s without a win since the start of 2016-17 PGA season. Tony Finau has 34 top 10s without a win. The next closest is Tommy Fleetwood with 16. He's got double the second place person. The guy is a mess. He's a sloppy mess. He reminds me of Armando Benitez on the Mets blowing all those saves. The guy is a hot mess. And listen, I'm a Tony fan. I like his game. I think he's a good father, but he can't close to save his life. What the hell is going on? I don't know if he's Mormon. I don't know if that's a factor. I have no idea what's going on.
What?
It's really bad.
What?
He's
Listen, we love Mormons.
I don't know.
We believe Mormons can win golf tournaments. Let's just get that out in the open. We don't have anything against Mormons. Yeah, dude.
So wait, why?
I mean, it's so frustrating. Everybody wants him to win. I mean, he breaks his ankle, almost wins. Like everybody, he's like the nicest guy on tour. The tour players love him, but let's be honest, he's a supporting actor. He has great scenes, but he's never rescuing the girl at the end of the movie. Boom.
Wow, good analogy. I thought my analogy of Armando Benitez was good. What do you got, Freddie?
I like the way.
I had to
Armando
redeem
Benitez.
myself after the superhero stuff last week.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was pretty depressing. That was bad. All right, moving on from Tony Finau. I think we have to appreciate what Cantlay did on Sunday. I mean, you look at Tony Finau as someone you can't close. Cantlay came down and put up a 10-under freaking round. It was the most unbelievable performance on a Sunday to put him in position when he shouldn't have been in position. I mean, it stunk, but honestly, it was impressive. Did you see when he was waiting? He was on the putting green. He was concentrated. Not what Neiman did when he was sitting there talking to girls. He was ready to go. Neiman was not.
Yeah, he was warming up. I know. I got to tell you, when you don't have money on Cantlay in that spot and he's going berserk like that, he put me in a state of depression. George texted me and was like, you gotta just breathe through this. It's not the end of the world. We're still in this thing with Siwoo. Believe in Siwoo. And
let me provide
backstory.
Let me provide some backstory here real quick. Rocky is usually like the negative police. Like, we have a text chain. If anybody gets negative about bets, he jumps on you about staying positive. Don't be a negative Nancy. And then you're right. I mean, you took a turn for the worst there. You really turned that bus around and headed to negative town. And I had to call you out on it because we had Siwoo, and I just felt really great about him. You felt really great about him too. When someone goes out like that and just utterly slaughters the course and comes from way back to be in the lead like that, you can't help but, sort of doubt, especially, we wanted this win so bad. But I got to come clean about something here too. I have a judgmental problem, okay? I'm going to be honest about that. It's something I'm working on in my life in general. When I see Patrick Cantlay, and please, Pat, I don't know what you like to go by. You're welcome to come on the podcast and prove me wrong here. I'm sure you're a sweetheart of a guy. But, God, he just looks like one of those rich kids I went to college with who, thinks his shit don't stink. And I have a really hard time rooting for him. Is it just me?
I can't handle the way when he lines up for a putt and he does the little foot thing, and then he does the foot thing again, and then he does it again, and then I think he does it like a fourth time. And I'm like, you got to hit the putt at some point. He's a hard guy to watch. George, he's smug. He's smug. That's what he is.
That's the word. That's the word.
He always has that face. Yeah,
that's the word.
He rubs me the wrong way, too.
Smug's a good word.
I feel bad. Yeah, I feel bad. I'm sure, I'm not sure. But, Pat, if you want to come on and tell us how much of a sweetheart you are, please.
Tell us. You know what, George? That's a good call because he's probably listening.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of our 12 listeners for sure. I was working on Paul Tesario. I was talking to him. He was supposed to come on this week. He couldn't make it tonight, but he looks like he's going to try to come on. Webb Simpson's, for those of you who don't know, Webb Simpson's caddy, and an unbelievable human. I mean, the more I learn about him, the more I'm impressed with him. Nicest guy ever. Yeah. So I think he's going to try to come on next week and really be great because we're going in the waste management where Webby won last year. And I love how we call him Webby, like we're best friends with him. We have no idea who Webby is. He seems like a great human too, but I love him. So
Webby and Paulie.
So hopefully, Webby and Paulie.
Yeah, looking forward to having him on for sure.
Very excited to have Paul on. Yeah. All right, so should we get into picks or what? I think it's that time.
I
think it's that time.
I feel good.
Does anybody else want to shoot some shit about any of the guys from last week? Or, I mean, I could talk about Tony Finau if you want. I don't think we talked about him yet, so.
I think.
I did want to hear. Hold on a second. I mean, I know you might put him as your first round flyer, wire to wire, first round flyer, flying embers. But I do want to hear what your thoughts are, Ron, because this is your boy, and he keeps blowing it. I know I sound angry, and I'm not. I find it amazing, and I just want to know your thought. You're an athlete. Like, what are your thoughts on this? You're frozen on our Zoom, but
my initial thoughts are two things. You're not a fan. Don't say you're a fan of him. You fucking lambasted him before. You're not a fan.
Oh my God.
Hold on a second.
You
know how many times I bet Tony Finau? I love the guy.
I'm just saying, that's different. I'm rooting for this dude every week. His ability is off the charts, all right? I feel for the dude, all right? He put himself in a position. He probably should have won it. I don't know what to say. I do think that going forward, I'm a big fan of people that are playing well. That's why I picked Kirk going into last week after I think he finished second the week before. I picked him for my outright last week. I like Tony this week. I'm not saying I'm going to bet him to win, but I think his top 10 number is pretty good odds-wise. I see him performing, and this is a long guy's course. I think he's going to do well. Listen, this guy's way too good. 34 top 10s in the last 4+ years, whatever, with the next guy only having 16. That's insane. He's too good for that to run out like that. It's going to happen. Yeah. And you know what it is with sports like this? When a guy finds the magic to close, then he has it. So once it happens, he's going to have it. He's just got to get over that hump. It's like any other sport with guys that struggle to win the big one or to crack whatever. I'm still on him. I think last week was huge for him. Listen, that's his game. His game isn't precision, and that course hurt him because of that. It was a die course. Hey, Freddie. Freddie, you owe me money. Eddie, you owe me money. You owe me money, Freddie. Do you know that? You know you owe me money?
I do, but you don't have Venmo. You don't have any ways to pay you. It's very frustrating.
You could
do I have to send a check in the mail with my stamp?
You could Venmo my wife. Like
we Venmo
like half
his
of the
wife
other
all the
husbands
time.
in this world.
But Freddie has a point. That was not a big week for him. It was terrible for him.
It's mentally debilitating.
Yeah, it's tough to watch.
And I want
Ron. I think Ron might be the Tony Finau of the group. He is so dedicated to the podcast. He has schedules. He's ready to go, and he jumps on here and he fucking freezes. He freezes. I can't see him.
Am I still frozen? Am I still frozen on here?
You get in the big spot. You get in the big spotlight and you freeze up.
Can I get us under control here? Yeah, we hear you. Great. You sound phenomenal. Ever since you got your first set of headphones, you sound phenomenal. Here's what I want. Here's my problem. I get so much flack from you three with Ricky Fowler and my love and passion for Ricky Fowler, but then we're not giving you the flack for the Tony Finau, Ripper Magoo.
Dude, you can't compare Ricky fell off the face of the earth for like the last freaking year and a half. Tony's
because he doesn't have top 10s?
Yeah, exactly.
Fair point.
Exactly.
That's not fair, George.
It's a fair point. I mean, I was going to say when Ron said this last week was a big week for him, and then talking about like, once you get that win off your back, you go on a streak. I was about to say, not really, just look at Ricky. But, I mean, listen, both of these guys, absolute sweethearts. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Hold on a second, George. By the way, I just looked it up. Yeah, he hasn't had a top 10 in a year, but he had a top 10 at the Amex last year. Ricky, okay? So he went a year without a top 10. But he had some top 20s in this year. You know, it's not like he's that far off.
You're pulling at straws here. Come on.
Finau's got one win over Dan Marino's brother. We talk about it every week.
Oh, God. At the Puerto Rico Open.
All right. I digress.
All right, moving on.
Let's move on.
Yeah, so Freddie, you whenever you want, you could Venmo me that $4 from that sim win. All right, thanks, appreciate it.
I'm not
All right,
playing.
pick time. Pick time.
Oh man, we're going right into it, aren't we?
Rock, you got your Flying Embers handy or no? You drinking Flying Embers tonight?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were. Hold it up. Show the people. Flying Embers.
Flying
first
Embers.
round flyer. Here we go. They'll
And
pay us
I
to
just
do
want
this
to
one day.
say we're working on a new sponsor, Toadfish, which holds the Flying Embers.
Yeah.
I've been in
Great.
talks with them. We want $1 million. They want to do 500,000. So we're gonna hold tight here.
We'll meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
It's only fair.
All right. Flying Embers first round flyer. First up is Georgie.
Yep. All right. Oh, Rock, you all right?
Yeah.
It was that. You sound stressed.
I know. Finau's got me with indigestion. You made fun of Ricky. I'm like,
Did you,
I'm a
did
little.
you forget? Did you forget
you're out
you're
of
being
sorts.
recorded?
You're out of sorts there. All right, listen. I'm just gonna go right into it here. Weighing in at 180 pounds, 6'3". He's 42 years old, but he still hits nasty bombs. He loves to
Piss
bend
nipples.
it like Beckham. His name is Bubba Watson.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Yo,
pick.
I gotta admit, I know a lot about golf, but I did not realize Bubba was 42. I mean, it makes sense, but I didn't realize that.
You
That's
thought he was
crazy.
younger?
Yeah, a little younger. Like I would have guessed 38 if you put a gun to my head. I don't know.
I mean, he's such
Right.
like an outlier, like phenom, where never took a lesson. He's such a feel guy. He's just got this freakish talent, and when he's on, he's really hard to beat. And I just have a feeling that he's gonna. I mean, I really feel like he can win this weekend. Obviously, if he wins the first round, he has a shot at winning. But I think he's going to put up a really nasty number on day one on the North Course.
Wow.
Do you have who's
got
playing
I
the
will
North Course?
counter.
George, do you
What's
have
that?
Who's playing the North? Do you have who's playing the North Course on Thursday?
I mean, it's kind of a ghetto list because they're showing all the tee times being noon to 2 p.m. for everybody. But if this list is right, then I do, yeah.
Okay. I had a hard time finding it.
Yeah.
Can I ask
kind
you
of-
if my first round flyer is on your list?
Oh,
On the North Course, you mean?
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
North
because
Course.
it's gonna be course based, so it's gonna be first round leader per course, just like it was last.
Well,
I don't
for
need
some,
you-
For some websites,
I don't need
for
you
other
to tell me
websites,
that.
they don't do that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So let's go.
Okay.
All right, who's next?
Feel
Come
a
on.
lot of it's me, and I feel a lot of contention. So now I don't feel right. Okay. My first round flyer, I have no idea what course he's on, but he's playing in the tournament. Mr. Jason Day from Australia. The
I love that
Aussies,
pick.
The Aussies.
I love that pick.
I love Jason Day. His health scares the hell out of me, but I think round one he comes out ready to play.
I love that pick. I'm so bummed with his career just from how hurt he's been. Like, God, his career would be sick. He would
I
be,
feel
he would
bad
be
for him.
always at the top if he was healthy.
He's another
George,
guy.
George.
Like can't.
He's a sweetheart of a guy, isn't he, George?
Oh,
Sweetheart.
God, all those Aussies, they're such sweethearts. They're like Canadians with an accent. It's glorious.
He's another guy
no.
like Cantlay. It's hard to watch him play because he's constantly grimacing. He's got a headache. He's just
No.
I have a hard time.
No. Cantlay is not hurt. Cantlay's just smug.
No, I'm not
Day
saying
is
Cantlay's hurt. I'm not saying he's hurt. Cantlay is hard to watch because he's boring. He looks like a rich college prick, and he takes his sweet ass time.
Wow.
Day,
I'm gonna make sure we get him on here.
Sweetheart.
sweetheart of a man. Day looks like he is in excruciating pain, like massive migraines, back, knee, limping. He's constantly doing this. The caddy's rubbing him down in the rough, or somebody's rubbing him down. I don't know, stretching him out. It's bad. It's hard to watch.
Why we're on this topic, was anybody watching Max Homa come down the stretch?
He's
No, why?
melted.
I'm a Max Homa fan. I like him. I love his personality. I love his Twitter game. I actually like his golf game. But he was coming down the last 5 holes like he did not want to be there. And it was actually like really brutal to watch. He just didn't care. It was bad for golf. I just didn't like it. It kind of hurt my image.
The first 3 days he couldn't miss a putt, and then on Sunday he couldn't make anything, and he didn't want to be there. He was like, "This is horrible. This is a terrible feeling. I'm acting like Finau, and I gotta go home." So yeah. All right, who's up? Who's up?
I'm up. So
all right.
I think George took this guy last week as his value. Looking at our stat model, he actually stats out really well here. Just throw a few out. He is 4th in driving distance, 6th in stroke gains off the tee, 5th in stroke gains par 5. So he's a bomber. The one thing that hurts him a little bit is around the green, but I'm willing to overlook that because his odds are super high for a first-round leader, and that is Sammy Burns. I know he struggled a little bit last week, but I like him to come out on a long course, on big boy courses, and drive the ball better than most. So I'm going with Sam Burns. A little bit of a long shot, first-round leader.
Yeah, I definitely took him last week for my first-round leader, and I just had the wrong day. Second round, he crushed it. He was a 66, but first round, he buried himself under an avalanche of strokes. Happens to the best of us. I like that pick. He could go low any day.
Yeah. All right, Rock, what do you think?
Man, I'm between a couple guys here.
Rock, while you're going, you can take your time. I have to speak about your picks and how they're released on the chart because we had an issue with Siwoo Kim was released probably to what was it, third round?
Third
leader. The third round leader. So everybody needs to make sure you watch the chart. The chart is updated before anybody tees off. I try to tweet out the picks. I had missed that pick before he went off, but it was in the chart prior to. So follow the chart. I'll try to tweet out all the picks prior to tee off time.
And that chart is in our profile on Twitter, correct?
Correct, George. Yeah.
It will also be on our website, www.bbgpicks.com. Bam.
Yo, I need a better picture for that website. That was pre-keto.
Yeah.
It looks like you blew it up. Yeah. Man, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something crazy. I can't believe I'm going to do this. First round leader, Ripper Magoo, Tony Finau.
Wow.
Oh my Lord.
Come get some.
Are you making up? You're making up with Ron right now. You're scoring some real good brownie points.
I'm not making up with him. The guy can open. Nobody ever said he couldn't open.
I made him feel bad when I said he wasn't a real fan, so now he's got to redeem himself. So
No. That is not what this is. He has proven he could be a first round leader like several times, guys. That's not his problem.
Second round, third round, not the fourth round.
Yeah, he can't be a fourth round leader.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Freddie. Thanks for breaking down the way golf tournaments work.
Oh, I could just see it. Everybody's like, oh, he melted, and then he goes out, he's first round leader, and then everybody's like, oh, he's not going to close. Let's fade him now.
Hey, I don't hate it. I honestly don't love it because I see him performing well overall. I actually see him being maybe a second or third round leader. But yeah, go fucking roll your eyes. That's fine.
You can't say I don't hate it, I don't love it. And then you said you think he's going to be good. Like, I don't know. It was confusing. But okay. I almost went Ricky or Wyndham Clark. I was thinking about going Wyndham Clark.
Stop it. Ricky.
Right, go ahead.
All right. Winner picks. Winner picks outright. Freddie. Who you got?
I am going with Paul Tesori's pick. He's the king. I'm going Gary Woodland. I'm riding his train.
Wow.
The guy knows. The guy knows a lot more than anybody else knows.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
smart.
I'd go with Paul Tesori's pick too.
Real smart.
Yeah.
He passes
Gary,
the
anything
big,
else with Gary?
Gary's a sweetheart.
He finally turned his game around. He looked pretty good last week, so that's why.
Well, he doesn't
I'm
look
going
like
with
he
him.
has like a fatal disease anymore. He looked bad there for a couple of weeks. He was like
He
skin
lost
and bones.
a ton of weight.
What happened
Yeah.
to him?
I don't
went,
know. I don't know.
He
That's
went vegan for
That's
a while.
the
there.
thing.
He went all raw.
That's the
vegan.
thing. People are all slimming down now.
That's the thing.
Oh,
Isn't it
there,
kind of the
that's
opposite?
the thing.
That's kind of opposite.
Bryson's
of
the
it,
only
isn't it? Everyone's
person-
keeping up.
Bryson's the only person that's like back in the early 2000s drinking friggin' 8 protein shakes a day and wants to put on friggin' 60 pounds. Nobody does that anymore. Everybody else wants to get lean. They want to get flexible. They want to get healthy. Where's Bryson? He's not playing
video. You guys see that YouTube video where Bryson hit 146 miles per hour on his driver? That's insane.
I know
Bananas.
I'm harping on Finau, but they said that if he does a full swing, he could hit like 180 miles an hour or whatever ball speed. Like if he does a full swing, but he only does that little half swing.
That's
like,
not his
break out the
game.
full
It's not his
swing.
game.
Oh my
I love it
God!
that
What
way.
is his game, Ron? What is his game? Does it
If he
bother
did
you?
a full
Because I'll tell
swing,
you,
would he roll his ankle?
Good question.
that's no.
Yeah, his
thank you,
ankle
George.
can't.
I
His
have a-
ankle can't hold.
I have a
full back swing.
problem. I have a problem with Tony Finau. When you watch him swing with those low cut, he wears these low cut Nikes. He looks like he's about to break his ankle at every fucking swing. Every time he walks.
All right,
Can he
we
put
got-
some fucking high tops on.
We got to get off Finau. My blood is boiling. I'm getting hot. I'm sweating.
Ugh.
Who's up?
I am.
Tony.
There's a lot of guys.
Finau.
There's a lot of guys I like here. Because of the course, I mean, you got to lean somebody that can hit it deep. I mean, goddamn. I mean, Ron's
Freddie.
odds are just way too high. What, Freddie? What do
I
you got to
thought
say?
Freddie
Go
was
ahead.
going to comment. No. Go ahead, Ron.
No,
Don't
he
let
can
us
comment.
distract you.
Comment.
No.
No, I just
I
said.
didn't-
Oh
I
no,
mean,
you said somebody can hit it. Somebody can hit it deep. I mean, we all know who that is. But go ahead.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
I mean,
What does it mean? What
We
does
all
it mean,
know.
Freddie?
we all know somebody that can
All
hit
right.
it deep. Crush round 1, 2, and 3, and forget about 4. But go ahead.
All right. So I'm stuck here. I usually don't go too chalky with picks. I'm kind of leaning towards going with somebody that's on the high end. I don't like doing this. I'm going Rory. I'm going Rory.
I knew you were doing it. I
Wow.
Yeah, I don't usually go with anybody
I
that's
actually
super
like
high,
that.
but I like what I saw with him coming off. I like what I saw with some of the highlights coming over from was it Abu Dhabi they were playing last week?
Yeah.
So I mean, I think he had a chip in from about like 50 or 60 yards. He was in contention that whole tournament. I think he finished 3rd or 4th or some shit like that. He always plays well there, but this is just built for him. This is a course that's built for him, hands down. So if it is wet on Friday like it's supposed to be, I think that he's somebody that could still put up a good round in those conditions on a course like this, and I think that's going to be a huge difference on a Friday where not a lot of people are going to be able to score. So I'm going with Roars.
He is he's starting to get slack for his closing ability too in the industry.
Yeah.
But you know, the difference is he's got 20 wins in his career, and you know, we've seen him close before, and he's always in it. So it's like, you know, for him to win, I don't know. But yeah, I like the pick. I like him a lot this week. I don't
What are
see
his
how you
odds
wouldn't.
right now? I see plus 800 for him at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my issue. That's my issue.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like
seeing
betting a
that's
guy at
875.
Yeah.
I will say, if Charlie Value is laying chalk, you know it's a good pick.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good point.
Great
Yeah.
point. It's a
Just
great
wait,
point.
Just
You know?
wait.
Yeah.
Just wait till you hear my value pick. Just wait.
Oh man, you've been thinking about this
I
all
do.
week.
I do want.
Way to
I do want to
tease it.
mention that I do race Roy McIlroy on the Peloton, and I do beat him from time to time. So if he wants
Wow.
to come on
nice.
and discuss
What's his-
Peloton.
What's his
He's a
name?
little
I
weak.
want to get in on this. I want to try to get like half of what he can do.
I don't know. It's Rory, I think. Rory something on Peloton.
Oh, wow. Oh, really?
Thanks, bud. Thanks for the insight.
It's R-O-R-Y.
Just search
I know
Rory.
how to
How
spell
hard can it be?
Rory.
Freddie, tell us again
All
how
right.
a golf tournament is 4 rounds. Can you explain that to us, how that works?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't have to explain. You should explain it to Tony. He doesn't seem to think it's 4 rounds.
Oh, come on. He's such a nice guy. You don't have to be so mean to him.
Sweetheart.
All right, my turn.
All right.
My turn.
All right.
I already bet. I'm gonna make this quick. I already bet him. He's a young stud. People are off him because he struggled last week a little bit.
Your wife
He
loves
wasn't-
him.
Wasn't
Oh,
horrible.
no.
My wife has the hots for him. He's on the cover of
Oh,
the Golf
man.
magazine this week, and my wife was like, "He is a hunk." She's like, "He kind of looks like you." I'm like, "He looks nothing like me." This is concerning. I'm going Matthew Wolf. The kid, you know, he's a bomber. He's a Cali kid. He hits meat hammers. I know George probably wanted to use him. George,
I did. I did.
I'm sorry. I almost went Bubba. I almost took your first round leader with Bubba. Maybe you go Flying Embers first round wire to wire. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going Matthew Wolf. I mean, we know he can win. The kid's dirty.
I don't hate
Let's
it.
go.
I don't hate it.
I think he had a
34-1.
good
All right.
outing. Yeah, I think
Man,
I see a little value in that.
You took my horse. Oh God, now I'm so torn. Now I'm going to be between a few guys. One of the guys is Bubba. I really do think he could win this weekend. Oh man, another guy. Here's the other two guys. I got to talk this out here. All right, I need some help. I got Victor Hovland. The man's Norwegian. I'm 1/4 Norwegian, so I like him already. He actually really crushes the stat model this week. He's great on long proximity shots. He's 19th par fives. He's 13th tee to green. He really stats out well here. He's 21st ball striking. The other kid that I'm thinking about is Cameron Davis. Cameron Davis,
like him too this week.
15th ball striking, he crushes the ball. He's 19th in distance. He's 12 off the tee, 18th tee to green. He's playing
great.
five.
He's playing great right now.
He's so hot. What did he have? Like 8 birdies in the final round, I think, last weekend.
Yeah. And he is also Australian, which Australians tend to crush this place. He's Australian.
He checks a lot of
I'm
boxes.
telling you guys, I was watching him very thoroughly this weekend because we had the top 5 on him, which hit, by the way. And my man hits bombs. When you want to talk about distance, like he's one of the longest guys out there, and he hits them straight, and he's a really, really good off the tee guy. And I see that. I'm definitely going to have him on my card this week for sure.
Yep. Listen, here's another sign. I proposed to my wife in Sydney, Australia. His birthplace is Sydney, Australia. He's 6'4", 181 pounds, soaking wet. Let's be honest. He's 25 years old. I'm going with my man, Cameron Davis. Put another shrimp on the barbie.
I like the pick. I like the pick just for what we talked about with his stats and what he's done on his last few tournaments. Rock, can you explain why he's 60-1? That is insane value for a winner with him.
Yeah, his odds are really crazy.
He's young. I don't think he has a win on. Yeah, he doesn't have a win on the PGA Tour. He won the Australian Open, but every Aussie wins the Australian Open, I feel like. And I mean, you know, 3rd place last week was his best finish ever. So there's a little bit of an unknown. I mean, you know,
I love it. I love it.
But I like it a lot. I mean, watching his stats, watching the shot tracker on him, it's like you got to do it. It's like amazing. Every shot off the tee is a bomb.
He was tied 9th in Hawaii. He was tied 8th to Honda Classic. I mean, he's crushing.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of time.
I love it.
And I'm hoping it's this weekend. That's my pick.
All right, moving into value. Wait, what, Rock? You got something?
No, that wasn't me.
Moving into value, we all have our stat chart, right? Go to your stat chart, take a look. Bring it up. I'll give you a second. So this is
All right,
why I love the stat model, because it gives you the rankings of the stats that we're looking at, and it also gives you in the last 50 rounds the average with their current odds. And I love when I look at a tournament and the breakdown, and some of these odds just completely jump off the freaking paper. So what jumps off at you right towards the top? Odds-wise.
Luke List.
Higher up the list.
Oh, Varner,
baby. I mean,
Yeah.
he rated
Hold on a
third
second,
in the
though.
model.
I know. Hold on a
What,
second.
go.
He's coming off some sort of injury. I haven't done the full research on it. I think it's a wrist injury.
Beware.
Yeah.
Beware.
Of the ill golfer. Beware of the ill golfer. Okay, I'm in.
Listen, he's not as long as I would like him to be on a course like this. He's 67th in driving distance, but I love him. Proximity on long irons, on long distances. I honestly, he's one of my favorite golfers too. With the way he carries himself, the way he plays, he kind of has like a I don't give a shit attitude while he's out there. I'm taking him top 30 Varner. I want to say last I looked, I think it was 275. I'm just going to double check that. But, I mean, he's 3 in your model. Barring any kind of crazy, like his fucking groin is like hanging out of his thigh, which I'll check on it before we make it official. But I'm looking at top 30 Varner. Where is he? 275.
I can't. Okay. Plus 275.
Top 30, 275.
I can't find the info on his injury, but I will tell you that 61st in driving distance is a little deceiving. That guy hits friggin' bombs, dude. He's a good par 5 scorer. He gets after it. So I'm not worried about his distance. So if that was the one thing that's like slightly holding you back, like I would not. I mean, he hits it 320. Like what do you want?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I like it. Top 30? You kidding me? Let's go.
Yeah, 275, top 30, but those kind of stats, come on. All right,
I love it.
George.
Chucky value.
I feel real good about my value pick this week. The only thing I will say is I'm going to be a little aggressive with the position. So if you're listening and you want to be even more confident, you could go with
missionary.
What? Yeah, you could go missionary. Thank you. If you want to be a little more traditional.
Okay.
My man loves this course. His last 3 years. Last year was tied 21st. The year before that, tied 12th. The year before that, second place. So he obviously loves it here. The course fits his eyeballs. He's been playing really well. He's a veteran, so he's going to know how to play in these crazy conditions. He's going to feel comfortable in this field. He's 14th in proximity, 200 plus. He's 8th in par 5 scoring, shots gained. He's 16th in tee to green, which is really the one that I love the most for this course. He weighs in at 175 pounds.
Guys are also light.
He's got salt and pepper hair. He's 5'11", 44 years old. He's as Texas gets, folks. My man, Ryan Palmer. Yeehaw! Top 10. Paying it plus 500. 10. Fucking 10. Plus
I thought you were going to say Ted
10.
Cruz.
What? The Senator?
That's aggressive. Top 10's aggressive.
I don't know.
Oh, I love it. I love Ryan Palmer this week. When I think good driver, I think Ryan Palmer, and when I think this tournament, I think you need a good driver. You know, if that makes any sense. Like 10,
like Tony Finau.
10.
Oh, Freddie's definitely taking.
All right, moving on. No, I'm not gonna lie.
Freddie's up. Freddie's up.
Follow the schedule, Rock. Jesus fucking Christ. All right. the person I'm taking, to be completely honest, I did look at Finau as a top 20 pick. I don't want to say it, but I did. But I decided to go with the host of the tournament, Ricky Fowler, plus 275.
Oh my God!
Plus 275 top 20.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh my God! What do you think's going to happen? He's going to all of a sudden like this course?
Well,
Dude,
hold
do
on
you
a
see
second.
how he finished last week? Time out. Let Rock speak. He knows. He knows everything.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
The
My
sponsor.
man
The sponsor.
he started over par and he finished strong last week. And one of the reasons I feel like he struggles at this tournament is because he's always doing the media and the with the crowds, and there's no crowds. I think that's going to help Ricky this week. Top 20 all day. Come on. All day.
He's a farmer. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
And he's a sweetheart.
He's such a sweetheart.
It would do well. It would do well for our the podcast SEO value, if you will. All right, it's my turn.
I love how you say the guy that you love the most. If he does well, it'll be good for the whole podcast.
It would. I talk about him every time. Honestly, if Finau would win a damn tournament, I think it would give us some clout or something. I don't know. We talk about him constantly. I'm between two. I'm gonna go.
Tell me the two.
Yeah, let's talk it out.
I'm between Luke List. He's a bomber. He's got a good approach game, and he's really, really good around the green. His problem is he can't make a putt at all, like he does.
We made a lot of money on him a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we had him at the Honda, and I had him in a DraftKings lineup that won me 10 G notes, Polly. So I like him, and I really feel good about Charlie Hoffman. He plays this course well. I almost went with him as my first-round leader, but I stayed away. What?
Rock. What happened with Charlie last week? He had a decent start, and then he withdrew. What happened?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't.
Was it that wasn't health related?
Sure. That's why I'm not sure. So that's I'm hesitating on it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with Luke.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
I'll go Luke top 20. The smooth. I don't know what it pays, but I'll go Luke top 20. Smooth.
I like that.
Smooth.
He was another one that. Yeah, he was jumping off the stat model too, and he was very high odds for where he statted out. So top 20. Let's see.
I see plus 500.
Oh yeah, that's a monster.
That's nice.
That is great. I like that.
Yeah.
People's pick.
Pick for the people. I mean, we talked to Paul Tesori. We asked his input. He liked a little Xander. We don't like Xander because Xander's missed the cut here 4 out of his 5 years playing. He is a San Diego kid though, so I mean we can consider it. So we have Xander, or he also said he liked, what did he say, Freddie?
Woodland.
He likes dark horse.
Gary Woodland, my pick. I actually talked to him. I told him that Woodland's the guy, and he said he agrees.
Yeah, you and him, you and Paul Tesori are buddies. Love it.
It sounds like we should make it Woodland. I mean,
listen, we need 2. Let's not forget, right? We need 2 because we got one for the Twitter crowd and we got another one for the Facebook and Instagram crowds. So we got 2 picks for the people. We are a podcast for the people, by the people. We're here for you guys. So what do you guys think? Do we go Gary Woodland?
I think we got to go Gary. Because I'm very superstitious. We talked about that. Tesori liked them. We got to take him. We got to take him for one.
Freddie, you want Gary for the Twitter fans out there?
Give me Gary for Twitter, and I think we do the Tesori Foundation. Even though he didn't come on, let's do the $5 to the Tesori Foundation on Gary Woodland as well.
I couldn't agree more. I love
100%. 100%.
So it's Woodland for both. Woodland all day. Okay.
Oh, boom.
Wait, we're going Woodland.
No, Woodland
right.
for Twitter. Woodland for Twitter. $10 for the people. $5 for Tesori's Foundation.
Yeah, we should do 2. We should give the people more chances to win here.
Yeah, we got to do one for Instagram and Facebook.
All right. here's a name that we haven't said. I'm going to stick with Australia here. How you guys feeling about my man Adam Scott?
I like him a lot.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Why?
Don't like it.
You don't?
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Why?
He's not long enough. Not long enough.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, he hits bombs. I mean,
Hang on a second.
he hits bombs,
Listen,
and he's one of the best drivers.
He's 28th in driver distance.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No
Not
way.
enough.
I don't like Adam
Not
Scott in a
enough.
course like this.
Not enough.
Not enough. He doesn't have enough pizzazz. No. He wins at boring
Man.
courses. Not here.
All right. Well, you got to throw somebody. You got to throw an option out. You can't just poo-poo it.
Well,
Give a
you're
different
gonna.
option.
I'm gonna tell you my option right now.
All right.
Do we give Tony Finau to the people
Yes.
on Instagram?
Yes.
Oh,
That's what I was gonna
I think
say.
we have to.
I think that's what
We have
that's what
to.
we do. Because nobody took him out right. Nobody took
All
him
right.
out right.
Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say
We
I'm gonna
gotta
say
give it
something
to
else
him
here.
for the people.
If
That's
he
like
is
me
leading-
to the people.
If he is leading after the third round, we are gonna. I'm saying it right now. I'll put my own money down. I'm giving the people another golfer for the win.
Okay.
All right.
Who's
That's
ever in like
$20.
second? I like that. Whoever's in
If
second.
he's in first place after the third round, I will put $20 of my own money on another golfer to win.
We'll call it the people's
Wow.
hedge, and we'll hedge appropriately.
The people's edge.
That's
like that.
smart. It's
All right.
only fair.
Yeah.
I mean, God.
Listen.
You know what's
I said
actually
it
great
before,
about this?
I like when guys are coming in to a little bit of a good zone. Tony's coming into a good zone. Have a little faith in the fucking guy, all right? Freddie, what were you gonna say?
I don't know. Keep going. Just forget it.
You know what?
Oh,
It's
good job.
crazy, man. We know everybody on the planet is rooting for him to win, and we all know that it's mental. It's obviously not physical. He's got the skills. That's why it's so frustrating. And it's like, it's like the Michael Jordan thing. It's like you can't, or Tiger Woods, like you put everybody else up to those guys, up against those guys, and they just have this freakish mentality that allows them to find the sixth gear when it matters the most. And some guys like Tony, for whatever reason, go the opposite direction. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe he found a sports hypnotist or somebody really effective this weekend, so he can just like somehow, like, I don't know, it's like what was that, Zoolander, where that song like triggered this crazy memory. Maybe he's got like some song he's gonna play after.
He's gonna kill the president of Malaysia.
I don't know, man. I mean, other guys melted down. I mean, let's not leave them out of the mix. Sanjay Im. How about Sanjay Im? Did you see that where he hit it in the water and then he drops in the bunker and then his caddy was like, "Do not go for the green here," and he went for the green. He hit it in the water again. He's done. You know what I mean? Like, there other guys melted down, but he's just so consistent with his meltdowns. That's maddening.
But I think the larger problem is Ron looked at Sunday, saw the meltdown, and said it was a breakthrough. I think that's the
problem.
That's a problem. What do you guys consider a meltdown? What do you consider a meltdown on a Sunday?
Well, he did,
Tony.
he was in the lead. He was in the lead, and then he hit it in the drink. Like, you don't go for that shot there.
And it wasn't. And honestly, it wasn't just that. He's done it over and over and over again. It wasn't a complete meltdown. But it was.
Let me just say something. Siwoo shot a 64 on Sunday. Cantlay in second shot a 61. He was out of his mind. Cam Davis, who's been absolutely awesome, shot a 64. Those were the three people that beat him. Tony shot a 68. He didn't melt down.
He did.
He just didn't crush.
You watch that round.
No.
You watch that round. He melted down. He hit it in the water when you absolutely. He hit it in the water when you absolutely can't hit it in the water. And then he birdies. He gets back into the thing, and then he bogeys again, and he can't make a 5-foot putt for the rest of the round. He was a hot
complete
mess.
mental.
When it came to clutch time, he couldn't perform.
Hang on.
It was like
Let's turn this around. Ron, how would you define a meltdown?
I would say a meltdown would be leading by a stroke or two and losing it after like 3 or 4 holes, that would be a meltdown. Meltdowns are disastrous. What Tony did wasn't disastrous. Tony had a very good chance of winning, and he didn't do it. That's not a meltdown. You had guys that were shooting out of their mind on Sunday. Like, that's like saying that Aaron Rodgers had a meltdown because he didn't run the ball in from the 8-yard line. That wasn't a meltdown. That was a mistake, right?
But Aaron Rodgers has won a Super Bowl and mad MVPs, and he's accomplished. He's won big games in his career. Tony Finau has only won the Puerto Rican Open, which I don't even know. I think George could win that.
Against Dan
probably.
Marino.
No, Ryan Marino.
We're not talking about his career. We're talking about Sunday.
I'm just saying he has never proven it. He can't prove it in a big spot, in any kind of big spot. He can't prove it. Last year at the Waste Management, he was up by 4 strokes, and he fell apart. Webb got him into the playoff. Paul Tesori gave him a little speechy, meechy, and all of a sudden, Webby is your Waste Management Open champion. The guy can't close. It's heartbreaking. I hate seeing it.
We got to stop.
The idea.
We got to stop.
Okay. All right.
I just don't think that shooting. I just don't think that shooting at 68 is melting down on a Sunday.
That's a fair point. I'm gonna kind of jump on the Ron train here again because God, Tony's such a sweetheart. He shot a -4. It isn't. He's right. It's not a meltdown, but it's a disappointment, and I think that's where everybody gets frustrated. We know he can shoot like he can score lower than almost anybody on the tour. And he just never does it on a Sunday.
It wasn't a meltdown. It was a fucking mental block. He just can't. He can't.
I mean,
I'll
he
take
shot -4, but I think he was -4 through 5. Just so we're saying, just so we're clear, on a really easy course, and then he wound up -4 and lost. But okay, he didn't melt down.
Ron, he is the people's pick. Let's move on. He's the people's pick. We're rooting for him. We all want him to win.
Pick. So listen, if any of you are still listening, God bless you. And this, go to our Twitter, go to our website, go to our Instagram, go to our Facebook. You have chances to win free money here. We are putting money down for you. It's very simple. You help us grow a little bit by following us and retweeting and whatever. And we're going to give you money if these people win. Of course, there's a chance they don't win. But if they do, you are getting Venmo.
Very high chance.
Or if you're like Ron, we'll mail you a check. Whatever works, we will get you this money. It is yours if you submit yourself and get yourself a chance to win.
We'll find out what your wife's Venmo is, and we'll Venmo your wife. That's the way it works.
Everybody's
Instagram.
What's your wife's Venmo? Send me that.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Instagram and Twitter, BBG Picks, Facebook, Big Boy Golf. Get on there, check it out. Like we said before, you got to get on our grid. You got to look at all our picks. We don't talk about all the picks. We don't have time for it. It's a huge spread. We have a lot of matchups every day. We have a lot of exotics with different top 5s and top 10s in there. Check it out. Like I said, since 2019, 285 units. This year, we're up 58 units. Last week was a gigantic week at 127 units. So follow it. Take a look. Take a peek. Get involved. Big Boy Golf. Boys, another good one. Looking forward to Torrey.
This is an exciting week, man. Rock, you're right. This season is absolutely insane. We are kicking it off majorly this week. It's going to be chilly out there, guys. It sleeted in my backyard in Encino, California yesterday. It's no joke. We have a crazy low pressure system that's just coming through right now. It's bringing all this cold air from the north. It's going to be interesting. These guys got to play well in the chilly rain. I get fired up about weather when we have it down here in Southern California, so I'm even more excited this weekend than I would be. Yeah, I like Rory. I like him. We're going to have some winners this weekend, boys.
Come on.
All right, boys.
Come on.
All right, boys. Let's get Torrey.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Let's go, People's Picks.
We out.